This is Tap Anchor, and he is having his second post track ride, his first ride in about 3 weeks. He's been here for nearly a month, and I've just been on an unbelievable odyssey with this horse since he arrived. And I feel so bad for him because absolutely none of it's his fault. It's just crazy the things that can just keep happening that nobody has control over that just sort of like keep setting you back. So this poor horse has really been through it. But he is just such a good boy. I mean, he's not, I haven't sat on him in 3 weeks. He doesn't need any lunging. I would never lunge this horse. You would have no energy of a horse left to ride if you ever lunged him before you got on. It's like hilarious to even consider. He's just the ultimate good boy. And I mean, I think of quiet horses, and then this horse is like the next level past that. This horse is like quiet 2.0. It's just crazy how chill he is. He's just a wicked sweet horse to be around. Everybody loves him in the barn. When I picked him up from my friend's place, the girl who brought him out to me was teary eyed, and she told me that he was the barn favorite. And this is a barn that has like 100 horses, so that means a lot. So anyway, what's happened since he's been here is, well, when he came needing to be done. His feet were due, and I knew that. Unfortunately, as things just happen, my farrier has young kids, and so he got sick from his young kids, so he couldn't come out for the week. Well, then he had a family emergency, and so then that set us back a little bit further, which all, these things are just totally out of your control. But in the meantime, his two front shoes had fallen off. And so, of course, when I went out to the field that morning to get him and saw his front shoes were off, of course, we put boots on him and stuff, but it's not the same thing as having shoes on. And of course, he was walking around all that night without his shoes on, or who knows how long it took them to sort of half be on, half fall off. So, of course, he made himself sore and he tore up his feet a little bit. So then Farrier comes and he gets shoes on. However, he then immediately begins a right front abscess, which is not surprising at all, given, the week and a half, 2 weeks of what we've just been through with needing to be done, losing the shoes, waiting for the farrier for probably 5 or 6 days with the boots on. It's no surprise when he started abscessing. So we have finally, I believe, come through all of it. He is obviously done abscessing, and he's got steel shoes on with some glue patches on the side because unfortunately, when he was barefoot for that nearly week, he chipped up his feet a little bit. And actually, I do think, if I'm being 100% truthful, he probably needs glue on shoes. And I think that we're likely going to end up putting those on him next. And I'm actually going to ding down his price a little bit because I know that glue ons are a pain in the butt. And listen, this horse was not in glue-ons before. He does not need to be in glue-ons forever, but unfortunately, he just, tore up his feet a little bit, and his foot just needs some time to grow out without a nail sort of interfering in it. So anyway, nonetheless, I'm going to knock down his price a little bit because of that. But the horse is just absolutely lovely. He's had 3 weeks off, and he just comes out, and what you can't hear is me just clucking and kissing and tapping with the stick, and of course I got little spurs on. And so if you want a quiet, level-headed horse, this is it. This is like, it does not get more quiet than this. I think we're going to do another ride in a couple of days, and I want to play around with the bit a little bit. I think I'd like to try him. I'm up in the air between if I want to try him in the loose ring duo or just a regular loose ring snaffle. This is an egg bit snaffle with the peanut, and I just think, he's making the correct shape, and he's soft in the hand, but he's just opening his mouth a little bit. And so I wonder if maybe there was a little bit more play on the bit, if he would just look a little more comfortable in his mouth. So I'm going to play around with bits and see what I can get out of him there. The horse has a phenomenal canter. He did some really nice canter transitions today. We spent a little bit of time working on that actually because when I first asked him to canter, it just took so much leg to get him into the canter. It was a little bit ridiculous. So then we spent some time working on, I ask you canter. It can't take half the ring of just building a running trot to get into the canter. So after we worked on that for a couple minutes, the two transitions obviously that are in the video are after we spent some time working on that, and he did some really lovely transitions. He's a very balanced horse. He's just so quiet. You just have to really want a horse that is never going to go faster than you want them to go. He's a beautiful horse, obviously. He makes a great shape. And I just think that he's like the ultimate amateur's horse. He's going to make somebody really happy who is maybe not the most, confident, assertive rider. This is the type of horse for you. Or even if you are a confident rider, if you just want a super safe, fun type horse to ride where you don't have to ever worry about, being able to safely get on, this is definitely that sort of horse.